So, Black Ops may be a few years old, but trust me when I say that it is a fabulous game, and the campaign is probably my favourite Call of Duty. But I'm here today to talk about the amazing multiplayer, which again is up with the best of the Call of Duty titles. Unfortunately though, all CODs play a little different, so this is my video guide to getting you started in Black Ops 1. And it should be of help to players who are new to the COD franchise, and maybe perhaps for COD veterans who want to know a little bit more about this chapter in the series. First up, the game mode you'll most likely be playing is Team Deathmatch, because Team Deathmatch is the mode with the most people online and your best chance of getting a lobby quickly. However, with Treyarch giving away a copy of Black Ops 1 to all PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 players who buy Black Ops 3, because they're not putting a campaign mode for Black Ops 3 in, but that's another video entirely, we should see overall player numbers for Black Ops 1 increase. But if you stick with Team Deathmatch, you should always be able to get a game reasonably quickly, and if you do get stuck waiting for a game, just switch lobbies. And I've found that it's actually easier getting a game in Black Ops 1 than it is in Black Ops 2, so don't worry about that. Whether you're a newbie to COD or a veteran, I recommend you start by playing Team Deathmatch locally against bots set to recruit on, I don't know, I'd probably start off on the cracked level, because that's a nice combination of open streets and tight rooms. Choose the M16 assault rifle class or the MP5K submachine gun class and practice just running around trying to stay alive, killing the bots, lobbing grenades and calling in the kill streaks. Next, I'd probably grind Nuketown against bots, as this is probably the most played map on Black Ops 1 Team Deathmatch, and my tactic is to lay a claymore near the door or near one of the sides so someone can't run down the side, and then push up the other side trying to get in a kind of a middle position, watching for when the spawns flip, and I'm sort of lobbing grenades and flashbangs doing that. Because playing Nuketown will really increase your speed, accuracy and tactical awareness, especially of spawns, because as each team pushes forward and gets pushed back, the spawn points will keep flipping and you've got to be super aware of what's going on in the mini-map. As your enemies are pushing from the backyard spawns, they could be coming either up either side on the houses or through the front doors or the garage, or trying to snipe you from the upper windows. So although Nuketown can often seem to be absolutely chaotic when you first start playing, once you get used to it, you kind of see the ebb and flow of the matches, and it really just increases your speed and accuracy and tactical awareness. Now, what I'd recommend you do is try and work through all the maps playing Team Deathmatch against recruit bots, so you're not totally green when you come across those maps online. But maybe don't do it all at once, because we want to get online and we want to get playing against real people, don't we? But maybe use a different map every time for when you warm up. In fact, what I tend to do is before I'm going online with Black Ops 1, I'll play a game on a map I'm not that familiar with, and then I'll play a game on Nuketown to really kind of get my aim in and my accuracy in. Now, if you played Call of Duty before, use all this offline practice to get familiar with the sensitivity of the weapons and start to get your aim on point. And you'll also be able to start to learn the sight lines and flow of the maps. If you're new to Call of Duty, you'll be using all this simply to get to know how to play the games in terms of the mechanics. And stay doing this until you feel pretty confidently can you make your way around and at least get your gun pointed at an enemy or two. Because trust me, it's a lot more unforgiving when you come up against humans online, because remember, a lot of these players will have been playing Black Ops 1 for a very long time indeed. Now, when you first go online and try to create a class, you really haven't got many good guns to play with. As I said, the M16 is good, but it isn't a fully automatic assault rifle like we like, and the first decent assault rifle is the FAMAS, which some consider to be the best gun in the game. But that's not available till level 14. But it really is the first weapon that's a real big improvement. It's got a great fire rate and is accurate too. And when I got this weapon, I felt like I had something similar to the Barrel 27 from Advanced Warfare, and it meant that I could actually go and do some real work in Team Deathmatch. So, until you get to level 14, just use the specialist classes with either the Assault M16 or the Submachine Gun MP5K, which is fully automatic, And trust me that when I say the grind is worth it, and everything gets so much better as soon as you unlock the FAMAS. In Black Ops 1 you earn COD points as you play in public matches, and when you reach the level where items become unlocked, you use those COD points to purchase those items. But don't worry, if you're playing regularly you'll have more than enough money to access the essentials. Now, when you do get the FAMAS, consider making your class up with the following bits. For attachments, go with the red dot or extended mags. I ran with the extended mags until I unlocked Sleight of Hand Pro, because Sleight of Hand Pro makes you aim down sight really fast, and then I switched to the red dot. But depending on your style, you may want to go with the red dot right from the beginning. Just be aware that it takes a little longer to swing your gun up when you're using it. For the secondary, go with launches. To start off with, you've got to go with the M72 Law Launcher, because you want to be going after spy planes and attack helicopters, basically to enable you to earn things like Sleight of Hand Pro, but also to take the pressure off your teammates. You know, if you can be knocking down anti-spy planes, you know, that ruin your radar, and spy planes so the enemy can't see where you are. And of course, when an attack helicopter comes in, or a Huey gunner, you really want to be taking it down if you can, as soon as you can. Now, when you get to the right level, upgrade to the Strela free, because the Strela offers 2 missiles instead of the M72's 1. And then whenever enemy aircraft or choppers come in, get yourself in a safe place and try and take them down. Spy planes generally need 1 missile and helicopters generally need 2. And when your team is being taken apart by a Huey door gunner streak, you'll be glad you've at least got a chance to take it down within a few deaths. But remember, you can really rack up the points in the game if, you know, every time a spy plane comes over, you shoot it down. Now, for the lethal, I would say go with a fragmentation grenade. It's nice and simple, and you can just lob it ahead of you when you need to, and especially lob it through windows to take out snipers and campers if you suspect somebody's up there. For tactical, flashbangs are great. You can have 2, and the tactic here is when you're approaching a door or an area, throw it through the door or round a corner ahead of you. Make sure you look away. Don't look at the flashbang when it goes off, otherwise you'll be sort of disorientated just as bad as your enemies. And then immediately follow it round when it's gone off and kill your blind enemies. Just watch out for, often people will be shooting blindly when they are blind, and they can take you out sometimes. But I think the old flashbangs are a really fun part of Black Ops. For equipment, I tend to lug around a claymore. And, you know, with the claymore, you just put it down the commonly used routes, and it'll explode when somebody goes past it, you know, an enemy. You know, and with a bit of luck, it'll pick you off an easy kill if no engineers spot it, or, you know, pop it down by a doorway to cover your back when you're sniping or camping. Claymores are good fun. Just remember that they disappear when you die, and if you get in front of them when an enemy comes around the corner, normally you've just set one down, you go to move, somebody comes around the corner, it goes off and it'll kill you too. Now, some of the enemies with running, I think it's the engineer perk, can see your claymores, but even if they do destroy it, that will still give you a warning that someone's coming that way. For perks, choose the ones that best suit your playing style. I'd suggest Ghosts to be hidden from spy planes, and remember, if you complete the pro challenges, you'll be able to avoid aircraft infrared and the sentry guns. And to get that, what you've got to do is get 20 hidden kills, destroy 30 aircraft, and destroy 1 sentry gun, which seems like a lot, but trust me, if you just play the game and make sure you're doing those things, it will happen. Next, I'd run Sleight of Hand to be able to reload faster, and with the Pro version you can aim down sights faster, but to get that Pro version you need to get 150 kills down sight, which does come pretty quick. You need to kill 30 enemies within 5 seconds of reloading, which again happens pretty quick as well, and reload and finish an enemy 10 times. Finally, and you know, this is up to quite a bit of a debate, I'd probably run, well I do run Tactical Mask, and initially that just protects against Nova Gas, which not that many people use, but the real benefit is when you unlock the Pro, and then you'll get much reduced effects of flashbangs and concussion grenades, so when somebody flashbangs you, you're not as blind for as long. But again, you know, you've got to complete the challenges, and to get the Pro version of Tactical Mask, you've got to kill 20 enemies while you've blinded them by a flashbang, kill 20 enemies when they've been stunned by a concussion grenade that you've thrown, and kill 20 enemies with Nova Gas by itself. For kill streaks, I'm a big believer of keeping it simple, and go with the spy plane, which you need to get 3 kills, the counter spy plane, where you need to get 4 kills, and the napalm strike, where you'll need to get 6 kills. You know, they're easy enough to earn, and they're probably not the most powerful. Well, the napalm strike's not the most powerful in terms of killing people, but it's a bit of fun, as long as you don't kill yourself, which I'm really good at. And you can, might pick up 1, 2 or 3 kills, especially on the simpler maps where the spawns are easy to identify. And but the spy plane and the counter spy plane really can be quite powerful indeed, because you're making your opponents blind, and you'll be able to see where they are. And I think you should try to stick to the low streaks until you become confident enough to go for the big ones, and then you can really be able to do some damage. But there's no point really going for the door gunner if you never earn it. Now, tactics. If you're used to Advanced Warfare, then Black Ops 1 might seem a little slow to start off with, but don't worry, things get very hectic very fast. Remember that you're always better off moving through areas or doors, or if you're peeking around things, with the cover on your left. And that's just part of first-person shooter games where all the characters are right-handed. Work the flanks, work the edges of the map, then work you in. And probably the best bit of advice is look out for where your teammates are, because wherever your teammates are, if they're not firing, the enemies aren't going to be near them, they're going to be kind of over at another side of the map. A really good tactic, throw first and rush later. So use flashbangs, concussion grenades, semtex or frags, and just lob them into areas where you think there might be enemies. Or if you've just wasted an enemy and want to reload, back off, throw a flashbang, then reload in safety, and then carry on. And I've already said flashbangs are incredibly good when you walk around a corner into a group of enemies. Good example is on Nuketown, where if you're into the enemy spawn in one of the back gardens, lob a flashbang around the corner, get in there, finish a few of them off. You can normally get a maximum of 3 kills from a clip, then back off, reload, lob another one, and then see if you can get in and kill some more before they get you. Another good tactic, work a small part of the map. If you can, usually where one of the spawns are, but sometimes in other high traffic areas where you've got your back to the edge of the map, where you can drop a claymore off to cover one route, and then it'll also warn you when anybody's covering, and then bob back and forth, checking the other bits. This way you get to know small bits of the map very, very well. Now, sometimes when you do this, you'll find you're being in an area where, it's dead, nobody's coming through it. So then just rotate through to another bit of the map, hang around there, see where the enemies are coming from, and pick them off. A really important thing to remember is where there's one enemy, there'll probably be another, because enemies often travel in small groups, especially if they're claned up. So as soon as you shoot one enemy, get ready for the next. Maybe back off a little bit, get past a little bit more cover, lob a grenade or a flashbang, tuck in tight and get ready, because they're probably coming. Another thing that lots of players do is they run the second chance perk. And what this means is when they get shot and they're about to die, instead of dying, they fall on the floor, they can pull out a pistol and they can start blasting away at you and kill you. So when you down an enemy, watch out for them pulling out a pistol, and if they do, finish them off with another couple of shots to be sure. Or you can also lob a grenade or a flashbang at them, and that normally gets them too. Now, unfortunately, hacks or modded lobbies do exist in Black Ops 1. You might go into a game and things might seem a little strange with shouts sounding out continuously, but normally what happens is that airstrikes or mortar strikes start rolling in all the time. And there isn't really anything you can do apart from work around them and take the fight to the enemy team the best you can. I haven't come across any players that have modded their capabilities to become invulnerable or invisible, but anything's possible when the game stops being patched. Don't quit out of the games though. Use it as a chance to earn more points to level up, and just think how annoying it is if you're the hacker, if you're the one who's modded that level, and yet somebody is still coming after you and killing you. Anyway, that's enough for this beginner's guide. Hopefully I've given you some good starting points so that you can level up and really enjoy this great game, because it is fantastic. And remember, it's all about practicing against bots locally on lots of different maps to increase your speed, accuracy and map awareness, and then putting that all into use in the public matches. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe, put any comments down below, and I'll see you again soon.